So the second category, which is maintaining consistency, this is where a lot of people do struggle with, and I totally get it. It makes sense. If you're operating a business and you're trying to manage these things at the same time, so you just have a lot on your plate, there's only so much time and it can get conflicted, and sometimes these strategies take the back seat to certain things. So I totally get why consistency can be challenging for some small businesses, but it is paramount that you remain consistent. You're continuously providing content to your audience. There is an old rule of thumb in advertising that says a single person needs to see your brand 7 times before they take action on it. Now, for things like billboards or ad pages in a newspaper or magazine, I can see that being relevant, yes. But with social media today, there's just so much more depth that we can go in. There's much more context. And as well, we have direct calls to action where you can generate a transaction immediately from your advertisement. I don't think that average is overly applicable for these sorts of strategies, but the thesis does still hold true, right? The more that a person sees your brand, the increased likeliness that they will use your product or service. So that's why I just remaining consistent, keeping it going, keep providing content to people, and that's when you're really going to see the benefits of using these strategies. But what's the number with consistency here? Is it something we got to provide every single day? Is it every 2 days? Is it every week? I like to think of it more as quality over quantity. So if you're doing really good video productions, and remember, the goal here is we want to generate engagement and interactions with these video productions, because what happens then is when people are interacting with your content, you're then tapping into the networks of all these other people, right? If this person shares the video that you made, you're now tapped into their network as well too. So I like to think that a week or maybe bi-weekly, if you can provide a really good video production that typically gives enough time to get it circling around, essentially getting it to go viral. But it's after those 14 days where you really start to see the numbers kind of drop off. And the reason is just people's interests, especially with online, we're provided so much content now that if you're not maintaining your awareness, it'll just drop off like that. So that's why I think that 14 days is a maximum, that if you're not continuously providing content and maintaining that awareness, it's after that time frame that you'll notice the interest starts to deplete a little bit.